Hello, welcome back to the About Ewe podcast. I am Madeleine. I use she and her pronouns, and I come to you today on the land of the cubby people of the Sunshine Coast. It is the 2nd of January. I've just recorded a podcast, but I wanted to record a separate video, which is like everything that I knit in 2023 and my plans for 2024. So thank you for joining me. Grab a beverage or something. I wore my knitted shirt today. It is by a brand called Stitches Tees. They are in the UK. They make a whole lot of different stuff. This is from many years ago. Their crowdfunding, actually, Kickstarter, is very tight on me right now. So apologies. But I thought it's fun. So yeah, in my parents' craft room, because that's how we begin. We ended 2023 and we're going to begin 2024. And then in hopefully mid-year we'll be in my lovely new space. I don't know what that's going to look like. I know what the room looks like. I've finally decided which room is the craft room versus the study. So yeah, okay. Everything I knit. I have been keeping this book here called Workbook. It's by Kiki. It's a Kiki K notebook since back when I was learning to knit, it would appear. Oops, now that I've done that, I can't put that back. So, all right. I would say I've had this book since at least 2015 because the first project in here is for my ex. It's a beanie I made him for work and it's crochet. I was not knitting then. And the cottage ripple that I made for me, which is in this house somewhere, I think. Okay, let's go to the year that was. Cozy Comfort Throw. Did I knit that last year? No, that was the year before. All right, sorry. Here we are. We started the year with the Pearl Soho half and half wrap. I have brought mine to show you. I've got a basket of some finished objects. I've gifted some are in storage. But I hosted a knit along. I was a really bad podcast knit along host. Apologies to those of you who yeah, I still have prizes. Thank you to those who donated. Anyway, that's my failings and we'll be on somewhere else. Okay, so this monstrosity of a wrap patterned by Pearl Soho. It is enormous. I can't remember the final measurements, but they're on my Ravelry page. I love it. It is living inside a Ziploc compression bag right now because I'm living with my parents. And it's too warm to need it. But yeah, I knit on that from basically January to May. So, and the year before that, I knit the Cozy Comfort Throw, and that took me about 4 months. So this year, hopefully, while I don't have any blanket-sized knitting items to be making, I might be able to get some more stuff knit. So that was the first project. The next thing I made was actually, let's just go. I have made a little tally here of items that I made. So let's just go for totals to begin with. I made 5 pairs of socks total. I made 2 by hand, which are this pair here, which I finished literally New Year's Eve, but knit in December. And then, oh dear. Hot mess Madeleine. I knit this pair of socks in August to September, I think. Also self-strapping yarn. This is yarn I bought at Rhinebeck. And these were, yeah, so these are the 2 pairs that I hand knit. I knit 3 pairs on my circular sock machine, 2 of which I did the whole sock on the sock machine, and 1 I did an afterthought heel and toe. I made 2 garments for myself. I made the Felix cardigan, pullover, cardigan. This was made out of Bendigo Woolen Mills. It has that beautiful slip stitch eyelet raglan detail. And it was knit in an Aran weight yarn. I think I wore it quite a lot, so much so it already needs gleaning. And that is a pattern by don't know. I always get it wrong. I want to say Amy Christophers, but I might be wrong. Oh, let's just look it up on Ravelry, shall we? That makes all... Sorry, just bumped my... Alright. Oh, I can probably take a screenshot of this. I don't know how to screenshot on my new iPad. Oh, there we go, figured it out. So this is everything I made finished this year. Alright, so the Felix was by Amy Christophers. It's a cardigan. I knit on 5.5 and 6mm needles, and I bought the yarn for this back in 2018. It was a weekender. It got frogged. It was something else. It got frogged, and I started in April as a palette cleanser, midway through my half and half wrap, or towards the end of the half and half. I was just like, I need something else, and I finished it in July, so I got quite a bit of wear out of it, so that was cool. The next garment that I made was called the Love Note. The Love Note is a Tin Can Knits pattern. I really tossed up between this and the Ranunculus. Oopsies, it's inside out. I wore this a couple of times, like over a dress. The yarn is Woolen Works by Chloe Lewis. She's an Australian dyer. It was mohair and fingering weight. Oh, and it's got that beautiful lace panel in the front, a high-low hem. And this yarn was called Pink Petal Pie, and I think it was in like for a pie day. So this one I knit between the end of June, so let's go July, August, and finished in kind of 3/4 of the way through September. The lace went really quickly, and then I languished on the body. So that one took that many months. And then I've talked about the 2 socks. No, maybe one, two, oh no, okay. I made, what else have I got on my list here? I made a beanie out of Ashen Eve Designs yarn for my little friend Charlie, who is one of my best friend's babies. I have not yet to meet Charlie. I need to visit. They're renovating their house and I've been busy, and they live in northern New South Wales, or it's not really Central Coast. It's like somewhere between the Northern Rivers and Sydney in there. So that was the basic beanie pattern by Tin Can Knits. That was really great. I'm going to knit my nephew Sonny a hat, a beanie with that pattern. But I will do that for winter for this year. So I started that. Oh, it took me 3 days because he was born in May. So it was a DK yarn. I knit it on 3.25mm needles, and that was really quick. I also knit for Charlie. I don't have a photo of it. Sorry, I don't have it because I gifted it. Oops, let's see. But I made Eleanor the Labrador for Charlie. I knit most of my, I crocheted Eleanor the Labrador. So I've got 2 things here called CSM Socks 3. Oh, I knit another Musselburgh hat. So I knit 2 hats basically. So this one, don't have it, it's in storage, but this is the yarn here. And the Musselburgh hat is a pattern by Azola T, made by Maddie, who's one half of the We Share Needles podcast. She has knit 13 Musselburghs. Lots of people have knit lots of them. I don't wear hats because they're not great with curly hair, and it's not very cold where I live. So for me, it's not. I've knit 2. I don't see myself knitting another one. But if you're after a mindless knit, after you get through the increases and the body mint uses the majority of a single skein of yarn. I actually ran out because I was repurposing yarn, so I had to dig into another one. So mine's like a little bit two-toned, but that was fun. And then I just have 3 pairs of socks I used on my circular sock machine. They are all in Knit Picks Felici. The best ones to show you are probably these ones here. So I did a 22 stitch hung hem, which is like where you 22 row hang the hem, so it's like probably only, I don't know, let's just show you the picture, shall I? So I knit these ones for my grandma, and I cut in the toes. Oh no, okay, hand made these toes, 8-stitch Kitchener closure. My CSM socks for my mum, I did the whole thing on the machine, and I also used the lace lycra, cobweb lycra. So my mum has very small feet, so that's why they look very small. She has a size 5, 4.5 or a 5 foot, wears kids shoes a lot. So I used Knit Picks Felici for those ones. And then my last pair I did, same ones. It was actually, I think, the first ones. I made these from, my friend Rosie. And this, the whole thing is done on the sock too, on the machine too. And that was Knit Picks Felici. If you see here, like, this is the interesting thing about a short row heel. So it's like blue, pink, orange for half, like the beginning, the heel, and then we go into the yellow. So this actually worked out pretty well in terms of a how short row heel can look. This one looks a bit funny, I think, like a bit mismatched. Oh, actually, it's not terrible. That's the Fish Lips Kiss heel that I did. But then when I did this one here, which is a heel flap and gusset, I think that actually, no, that's not the best example to show you because there is definitely some green in there, but on this side. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, socks live in your shoes, and so it shouldn't matter. But I still like to make my socks match. All right, so that is everything I knit in 2023. Oh no, one more pair of socks. I mentioned these on the last podcast. I cranked the tubes and I hand knit the toe and the heel. Oh, and the cuff. Yeah, and these were for my sister. So I cut in an afterthought heel in yellow, and then the yarn is a little bit woollied, like in terms of I cranked it in the wrong order, and then I tried to redo it and I stuffed it again, and then I just went, you know what, she only wears these around her house and to bed, so she gets what she gets. So yeah, that is everything. 1, 2, 3. So I hand knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 projects, and I used my sock machine for assistance in 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of socks. So all up socks made was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it was 6. Okay. So that is 2023. I think I had a goal for like 10 projects because you can set yourself a challenge on Ravelry. And I did 12 projects out of 10, so that was good. 2024, don't have a goal. 2023, I said 5 projects and I did 9. So I counted some washcloths as individuals. I did 10 in 2021. 2020 was only 5. I made 6 projects, but that was like because I made a Penguono and the Fantastic Stitch. God, 2018 was prolific. I made 19. Oh, 3 of those were soft tube socks, but I knit a lot of hats. There we go. All right, so let's go plans for 2024 this year. So January is the finishing month. So I'm going to finish my Euphorbia wrap, which is here. If you've just watched my other episode, you will have already seen this, but I'm currently on color 15. So I have, oh no, I've split a stitch down here. Oh well. It's really pretty. Yarn is Daffodil Road Yarns. And so yeah, I'm over halfway. Hooray! So the plan is to finish this one in the next like 10 days or so. I go back to work in 14 days, so gotta get a bit of a wriggle on. My other thing I need to finish is this pair of socks here because I feel like I cast these on in 2018. Let me check and tell you. I have looked this up and I don't remember because I feel really bad about it having taken me so long. So let's look at just filtered projects. Does it have a photo? in Ravelry. Yeah, all right. 2 at a time for Lychee Socks. I cast these on 1st of January 2019. I give myself grace for 2019 and 2020 because my life spectacularly blew up. So these have been on the needles all of 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 for 4 years yesterday. They're going to have an afterthought heel. I reckon I've got another inch left. So to be honest, I probably should just do these first. At least get the toe done. I could start the toe now and it just have a shorter leg. I don't know who they're going to be for. I haven't planned that far yet. These need to be done this month. It's happening because I'd really love to free up these needles. So yeah, January is the WiP Down month. My other works in progress are in my storage shed. All right, so projects for this year. I actually created an Instagram post. So I am Mad About You on Instagram. And I have created a post that I posted at the end of the year with the 3 things that I would like to make. So this is the plan. Only 3 things because I'm rubbish with I'm rubbish with a make 9. So this is a scrappy basket inspired by the woolly llama. She's made a couple last year. She's really stashing down. Pressed flower shawl. I've talked about this for 2 years now. I've got the yarn, it's happening. And then this one here is Plumpy Shawl by Andrew Mary. This is my proposed yarns. And this is, what I want to finish. Current works in progress. So I haven't showed you this one, but my last podcast episode, I talk about it. My Advent polygon blanket, there's a jelly roll, and my Euphorbia wrap. So that's the plan. What I have yarn wise for the blanket, I went to my storage shed yesterday and I put out this. It was going to be the Weekender. Sorry, what the fake. There was 5. I think by this pattern I really need like 6 or 8 skeins. So I picked up this so she's actually 3 cuts yarn. I've had this yarn for so long that Mel was actually down under Dyer at the time. So this is going in. And then this is a Madeleine Tosh. I've had it on a D-stash for a long time. I like the colours. I can't see what I'm going to knit with it. Does it really go? No. But it's going to. So I'm going to wind these 8 and they're going to get marled together to make a big basket, for either a pot plant, yarny stuff, probably yarny stuff, that'll be the plan. So I think that might be like my February make, or depending on how we go with some of the other things. February, I'm traveling a little bit. I'm going to Taylor Swift in Sydney, so it's only a weekend to travel, really. Probably a sock would be better to have cast on at that point. So that's project number 1. Project number 2 is my pressed flowers. I bought this yarn at Rhinebeck. A few people have said to me, why don't you just make the pressed flowers hat? I'm like, I don't know hats. Why don't you make the cardigan? I love the pressed flowers cardigan, but I only bought 2 skeins of this. It's from a farm called Sawkill Farm. They are in Putney, Red Hook, New York, spun in Putney, Vermont. So really local to the Rhinebeck region. And then I bought this here for my contrast from Sondy Yarn Company. All of this was so expensive because I bought it in US dollars when I was at Rhinebeck. But it's Surrey alpaca silk and it is delightful. So it's called Black Indigo. It's like a navy. It's more of a charcoal than navy actually, to be honest. So I thought they would look lovely together. So at some point this will be cast on. Probably once I move to my new house. So after April. My other thing I want to knit is called the Plumpy Shawl. It is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. My friend Robin has a Plumpy. She had it traveling with us in England and America and it looked amazing. It's plump, it's got brioche, it's 3 colours I think. It calls for sport weight or DK. I've got fingering weight, so we'll see. 3 skeins of that. So I have some options. I don't have them with me. They're packed in a box in the house, but I was just like, I've got a time crunch because I've got some things. So we'll go back. We have this trio here by WiP Knit. It is like Dire Wolf, Madeleine, don't remember the grey colour. I've had this and I wanted to make another Andrea Mowry pattern and I've had those yarns since 2019 when I went to WiP Knit in Paris. I have these three here. Sonda Yarn Co., Botanical Yarns, and it's called the Positive Ewe, and it is a Austrian dye. So that would be from my trip away. I think that the mustard color is too much. That's Coats & Co. I think I said that wrong. And then this final selection, which is probably what I'm going to use, we can zoom in here. Coats & Co., the Botanical Yarn, and that Positive Ewe. The other option is that I can probably swap out one of those. These two on the end are very similar, and chuck in a like lavendery periwinkle color that is from the Wandering Flock. And I bought that from Neighborhood Fiber Company in New York in 2022. That is my making plans. I'm giving myself 3 projects. The basket, I don't think it will take too long, but it might be annoying to crochet because it's going to be such a big gauge, and the winding of the yarn is going to be shit. 8 skeins of fingering weight, but I think it will be worth it, and they'll be out of my stash. I've had some of those yarns since 2019. Actually, I think I've had the majority of them since 2019 or 2021. It's too much, too long. And I was like, oh, it's wasteful to make the basket, but I think I will get a lot of joy out of that basket, and it's the right color. So all my colors, I love purples and pinks and orange, and I'm really into mint green right now, and I have a lovely color by 3 Cats Yarn. So that might be something too. That is my plans. I am hoping, since I don't have a project that'll take me 6 months, that I'll actually get a few more things done. My other thought is I might cast on a pair of socks and take them to school, and that can be like, they just live at school, and that'll be my lunchtime knitting, like if I just need some zen. And if they live at school, it's no stress. So I really want to try do the 9-inch circular again, because I think it's faster, but I've knit my last couple of pairs have been knit on Magic Loop, and I have enjoyed that. It's just the fiddly looping bit that's annoying. Yeah, so I would love for you down below, tell me, what are your making plans for 2024? Do you have any of the same projects in mind that I do? Are you not buying any yarn? That's my resolution for at least 6 months, is to not buy anything. I've got a beautiful stash that I'm going to shop. Yeah. Or are you crocheting or punch needling or spinning? What have you discovered? So yeah, let's leave it at that. Welcome to this new year. Let's see in 12 months time what I've actually managed to make. Hopefully those 3 projects. The pressed flowers I think might be a bit monotonous. It's mosaic knitting. I've never done it before, but people say it's memorizable. I'm going to modify the border because I don't love the pattern border, but a few people have created really lovely borders. So I've got some favorited on Ravelry, and yeah. All right, I need to go. My auntie's arriving soon, and we've got some plans. So I will see you throughout the year. Thank you so much for watching and joining me, and I'm dropping everything, and I will see you next month. Fingers crossed.